right, hello and welcome back as we get ready to get into our first game of the day. And I say day because we have an early one here, but that shouldn't change that we can hope for a good game potentially. As let's run through our week. You can see that one forfeit in the middle, but we've seen every scoreline otherwise, with, for the most part, low seeds getting the wins, other than Round Rock. That game surprisingly close, but still a win for the Rednecks. And as a result of that, of course, if we go over to our standings, you can see that top team, the first one in all of the 8-Bit League to clinch their playoff spot. So, yeah, we're starting to get to that point. Now, of course, you can see it is a 2-game drop below them, which means two things. One, very likely to get the first seed, and two, there's a chance we don't even see any teams clinch next week. But we'll talk about that in a second because we got to go. As we said, because of those two teams losing as well as them winning, they clinched. Look at our stats. You can see your key players are Jay and Lemon, and your averages are in favor, surprisingly to me, of OKC. Maybe because they've had better games as of late. Couple game 5s, and now that one win. Meanwhile, it's 3 losses in a row for Lincoln, but because of the roster they have, I'm still predicting them. As just so you guys know, anyone who's still trying to bet in the prediction, we are going to kick off here, so even though there's a lot of time on that, I am going to be closing it as soon as the first goal goes in. So if you want to bet, make sure to do that soon, but we got a game to focus on instead. Lincoln in red, Phantoms in purple. Let's see, can Lincoln break their 3-game losing streak and get back on the right track? Or will OKC continue their winning ways coming off their first one last week? Now, as I started to allude to in scenarios, we'll mention this quickly. Round Rock are clinched as that first team. Below them are 3 teams with 5 wins, which are New York, Houston, and Steinhatchee. And so the scenarios are like this. With a win, those teams could get to 6 wins. Therefore, they would need 4 teams to have 6 losses. Now, the only way that would be possible would be if Lincoln lose this game. So basically, and I'm not saying, oh, if they lose, they're immediately winning in. They still need, I believe, Lincoln to lose next week and OKC to lose next week, as well as them winning. But still, most important thing, if any of those teams want to be able to clinch next week, they need Lincoln to lose here. So that's your scenario stakes, that if Lincoln win this one, we have none. I would still throw something to say, hey, they're close, these things help. But focusing in on this game, Lincoln don't want to lose as it's Andy to get goal number 1. Nate trying to play it out, but just not nearly enough. Lemon dives in as well, but can't reach it. And so now that gives it goal number 1, and Lincoln are going to play from in front here. Now it's Andy trying to follow this one. Lemon just up in the air, gets the touch forward, gets a reset, looking to drop it down. It is on target, blocked by Colbob, but it's dunked back in. Lemon doesn't have boost, but he doesn't need it. The reset puts it on target, and then he just floats down for the dunk, and that ties the game. Just like that, it is an immediate equalizer. One played forward. Nate is it wide. Andy 50'd out off the corner. Dropping down Nate the catch. Now Colbob shot on and in. Lincoln immediately retake the lead. We don't stay tied for long because it is a very quick turnaround. Lincoln retake control. This one banged forward. It's dropped back down. Colbob looking for the shot. It's on, but blocked away again. Yak dropping it down. Going for the play up. It's off the left wall and dropping down. Now Nate, bang up to the back wall. Colbob will get that out to the side. Lemon now control. Flicked forward. Blocked over to the side. sidewall again. Yak dropping it down. Andy off the corner. Jay trying to clear it forward. Nate the catch. Jay's still there. He'll 50 it back. Now pushed down the sideline. Yak trying to follow this one up. Kolbob now collects. Played around. Lemon up off backboard. Looking for the double. Fakes it down. But Andy makes the save. Now it's Andy the other way. Only Yak back, and he gets the block. Great play by Yak. Left alone. So much pressure on him. But he just manages to get enough on it. So it remains only a 1-goal difference here with 2 minutes left on the clock. Yak will play this one downfield. Turned around by Kolbob. Now Nate slowing down. Gets another pop forward. Andy off the right wall. This one will drop down. Now doubled off the corner. Lemon will play it back out. Jay trying to center it. Kolbob trying to pop it out again. This one dropped down. Andy now another clear downfield. Lemon will reach. That's a big bang downfield. Received by Jay. He'll try to go up, and it'll 50 out to the side. Kolbob already there. Dropped it down off the ceiling. Now Nate looking for the 50. Gets the flick forward. Gets the catch, and Kolbob saves it to the side again. Now Andy bouncing it out. Nate trying to get off the right wall. Now Jay, another low roller. Jay the catch for the 50. Now 50'd again by Andy, but that's lost back. Nate will be able to spin. He'll look for the catch, and now 50'd up to the ceiling. Bouncing down again. Andy off the right wall. Yak trying to bounce it forward as Jay hits it up to the ceiling again, but Lemon will cut that off. We've devolved into, I guess, shifted into more of a midfield game here. Clears back and forth, but nothing really reaching the final third. As you'll see a clear like this one by Lemon, and then a 50 at midfield, keeping it there. Force for Lincoln, that works as long as time's dropping away, but maybe they just get a goal. Jay the dunk, and Lemon pushes it to the side. Close to another chance for Lincoln, but won't quite be. As we get back into midfield, OKC though trying to win it forward. They need one more goal to push us even at least to OT. Yak's not able to get a piece of that one. Now pushed forward by Andy again. Lemon left alone, a bit slow to go up, won't get a touch. Jay now side flips, but that fakes out Yak. Andy now lets it go, but he's just gonna waste time. Flick over one, no one on it. Jay puts it wide, no one to follow. Nate trying to get there, but Andy's there first. Yak keeps it alive, but this could bounce down. It's dropping, it's kept up for the moment by Nate. Another one dunked by Jay though. OKC getting surrounded, and Lincoln do secure the first game. A little bit back and forth. But Lincoln score first, reclaim their lead, and then secure the win. They outshoot 7-3. And so, like we said, they are the ones coming in with less momentum, but they do have a better record on the season. And I think looking at it, this is a roster I think could still contend. And so I need to see it from OKC. I think that was a good start from them, that they were able to still get a decent amount of threat, and they did get that goal on the board to tie it, but it felt like beyond that one goal, they weren't able to get a whole lot. And so let's see if they can step it up as we load in game number 2. 50 back, shot forward, and in! Kolbob gets the first goal for Lincoln. Just a banger on target. And just like that, it's 1-0 here. This one's caught down, now rolled forward. Lemon trying to pop it up in the air. Nate towards the back wall. Kolbob will get it out to the side. Pressure on the outside. Jay trying to drop under it. 50 to cross. Nate now another block. Yak rolled past midfield. Now Lemon up towards the back wall. Caught out by Jay. Now Jay playing it down. 50'd off the back wall again, but this time just played away. OKC a good push here, but nothing really getting towards the net. And Lincoln are responding well, although there's a big miss, but Jay another clean flick forward. Nate now trying to drop it in, but it's right to Kolbob. He'll go up in the air. Lemon will take it back, but this could still get collapsed on. OKC a bit slow. Fortunately for them, no one able to challenge as Jay was quite far. Now Nate in the air, but Andy just takes it out to the side. In the air, Yak with control, trying for the 50, drops it in. This one close. Now 50 out to the side by Lemon. Andy now down from the ceiling. Kolbob trying to win it forward. Nate will collect. But it's Lemon who gets demoed. It's Kolbob trying to force it out. A good block there by Yak. Nate as well, a good collapse, trying to follow it up, but eventually does give it away to Jay, although Lemon just barely, I think, 50'd away on that one. But Nate's follow will not be denied. For the second game in a row, OKC are going to tie it up. Just a roller of a shot. The defense panicky, not able to get there. Because they scheduled it? I don't know, Huntu. This one drops down. Defense, of course, on that last one, expecting the quick shot, expecting the power, trying to dive desperately. But in the end, it's just a slower shot that kind of bounces by and waits until they are past it. And so that works out for OKC. Good amount of threat, converts to an equalizing goal. But can they get another to potentially look for a lead? Or they might need another to tie. This is off the post. It's bouncing on the goal line, and Nate will be able to get it away. He does miss the corner, though, so he'll have to give this one up as Andy gets it forward. And the double. Nate misses the boost, can't power it away. Andy, one off the ground, one into the net. Bottom left corner. For the second game in a row, OKC equalize. And for the second game in a row, Lincoln immediately retake the lead. And the Phantoms right back to trailing. Trying to play this out to the side. It's Kolbob on it. Flick towards net. Just high. And a great read by Yak to get that out to the side. Andy's follow now popped away by Nate. Down off the ceiling, Nate gets demoed. It's Jay on it for free. Now Jay off corner. Open net, it's 3. This time they're not content to sit with the 1-goal lead. And Jay adds on. 3-1 now. Only half the game through. And it is a 2-goal lead. One's off the corner again. Andy trying to play it away. Now Nate will get it downfield. Nate down from the ceiling again. Kolbob trying to pop it forward. Now bounced in. Kolbob off the right wall. Lemon another one sent downfield. Andy trying to get it forward. Now off the sidewall again. That one's doubled in. And it is 4-1. By the way, it continues. I have to keep looking. I think I've found a way that even if Lincoln win this series, which they're looking pretty good too, I think teams will still have a chance to clinch. It'll require more. This one's dropped in. It's off the post. Lemon's there. 4-2. OKC get one back. Nate off the post. Roll reversal from the first goal, as this time it's Lemon who puts a powerful shot on net. Cuts the lead right back down to 2. It does still require results this week, though, I think. It requires Savannah to lose. But speaking of losing, OKC don't want to, as they're starting to build a comeback here. That's 2 immediate goals back to back. And this is a 1-goal game. Now 4-3. Pop forward, double demo, opens up space. Jay's left alone. Nate pops over him, and he's awkward. It's played out. Yak can't get there. Lemon only able to go into the corner. It felt like they needed a shot. They needed some threat, but they get none. And Lincoln are allowed to escape. They don't score on the other end, at least not immediately, but hold on. Jay off post. Kolbob there. The hope is immediately stolen away. OKC, a ball floating in front of the goal line, but instead it gets cleared. They get scored on, and they're back to being down by 2. The task gets harder, maybe 3. Jay just saved by Yak. Bob trying to go up again though. Lincoln now, momentum back in their hands, looking to ice the game more than it already is. This one pass across, it's Kolbob up early, gets the touch forward. Nate now a high touch. Kolbob, another one floating in. Yak will play it to the side. Now following it, waiting behind it. Andy diving in, 50 forward. Lemon gets it off the left wall. Now Lemon goes above this one. That will lose more time. Another clear by Andy. Another control touch by Yak. But as it goes, it just bounces back to Lincoln. And that time continues to drain. Now down to 20 seconds. Nate, though, looking for a center. Lemon will crash, and Jay gets it by him. That one, probably a half chance at best. That seems like the one they needed to score. Is another shot here by Nate. Will threaten, but it's easily saved. And the time will trickle away. One more chance potentially, but again, no shot. The clock hits 0. And despite any further chances, Lincoln are going to secure match point as they hold a 2-goal lead here. Now we do go end-to-end with the ball still in the air. Both teams looking to add on to one for the stats or maybe for the optics. Now this one's in the air. Yak a shot. That's saved by Jay. That one should fall, but Lemon keeps it alive. And now Lincoln can work the other way. Down from the ceiling into the corner. It'll bounce straight out. Kolbob's there. He'll float the shot. And Andy doesn't want to have it. He'll just ruin Kolbob's shot percentage and save it himself. But after all of that, it is Lincoln claiming the win there. Now up 2-0 in the series, 1 away from a sweep. First game, a little bit back and forth, a little bit close. This one, much more one-sided. Now, you do have to credit OKC with that almost comeback they had in the middle, but they fell way too far behind before it, and they didn't have enough during it. And so, in the end, that remains now match point as we load in game number 3. Lincoln 1 away from a sweep. As Yak pops this one forward, Andy, a good touch out to the side, and he'll follow it himself. Down off the side, pinch forward, no boost on Andy. He'll try to chase. Yak's touch is nowhere near cleared away. Good block to the side, though, I believe, by Nate, as Yak can push it all the way downfield. So OKC do break out. What? I don't know what you're on about, but I think it should be in all ways. I mean, I think that's a you issue because I don't know what you're on about. This one, though, dropping in. Yak pushed off the side again. Now up off the right wall. Kolbob, another one cleared away. Jay trying to get up. Gets the pass back. Andy's there, but it's shot downfield. Lemon trying to drop it down. Jay puts it towards net. Now 50 feet away again. Lemon already up for it. That's a redirect towards the corner. Kolbob, another one sent downfield. He's up in the air to the back wall, but Lemon gets in the way. If that's on target, it would have been in, but does go a little bit wide. Either way, of course, Lemon will take it being a save. But now OKC need to set up for more defense because Andy's popping it in, and Nate has to get it away. Now off the left wall, Nate will jump up, but Kolbob wins the challenge, and it falls down to Jay. Jay catch over one, tries for the control, but has to abandon, as instead Andy will take over. He'll back pass to Kolbob, who will pass it off the corner, but that's easily taken away by Lemon before he gets beat again. Oh, okay. All good. So now dropping down, Nate trying to win it forward. Jay over the right side. Andy, another one dropped down. Shot forward. Lemon not able to reach that one. Nate, another long clear. Kolbob down off the ceiling, and it's taken away by his teammate as well. So Lincoln holding on in a little bit of defense they've had to play. But beyond that, it looks threatening on both sides as well. So good even start to this game. Both teams pushing back and forth, getting pressure on the other, and then playing the defense when they need to. I still feel like we've seen more threat out of Lincoln, at least more than I believe they would score. For example, a situation like this, even if it falls to nothing, feels like that should be a chance Lincoln can take. So, of course, you can take some points off them for not getting a shot off it, but you can also credit OKC not allowing them to, as Kolbob puts another one up high, and Lemon will get another save away. So, feels very back and forth. I'd still say Lincoln favored, but definitely a lot of room for OKC in this game still, as it is scoreless, 0-0. That's an awkward touch by Lemon, though. Jay will try to drop it down. It's off the back wall, and Yak play to the side. That was a double commit, but Lemon recovers in time. Now down off ceiling. Andy beats Yak to it. Lemon overspeeds himself. Jay now will turn it the other way. Nate's left alone. That touch will bounce away. There's a demo. That shot wide. Lemon pinches it across. A little bit scary, but it does make its way. And now OKC trying to work down the sideline. Andy will take it away, but he gets bumped off. Nate, big touchdown field. That'll get all the way down to the Lincoln corner with a little bit of help from Jay. Nate now up in the air, looking for a pass across. Yak will 50 it, but that goes too far across. Jay gets a clear away all the way from his side wall. Now a big dunk. I think it's off target, and Yak will push it more so. Jay trying to keep it in. 70 seconds left on the clock. This one 50'd off the corner. Andy now following it. Lemon pushes it away. Kolbob in off the corner. Yak now under it. Demo comes through. Shot by Jay. Or rather, just a touch to keep the pressure on. Under 1 minute to go. Lincoln, especially in the last few minutes, have been surging, but they've not found a goal. And so with 45 left on the clock, this one's still very winnable for OKC if they can find that opportunity they need. This one caught by Nate, up towards the ceiling, gets the reset, gets it down, but not going to get a shot. Final 30 now. This one tapped wide again. Andy playing it slow and gets the 50 with Lemon. That'll force OKC all the way back. Andy around the corner, gets the 50 up in the air. Now it's Nate off the side again, looking to drop this one down. Lemon's touch. That's in. 1-0 OKC. 12 seconds to go. Lemon, the doink on Nate's pass. And now they just need to hold. Andy going on the kickoff, 50 to Kolbob chasing it down, but Lemon's there first. It's Lemon in the air. Double commit, sends it straight down. Andy now off the right wall. He'll get it off the corner. Bouncing out. Nate barely enough to get away from Kolbob, but still this could fall to Jay. 50 up off Andy. Still in the air, but now sent down. OKC get a game back. They will not get swept as they find their response. They get outshot 5-4. So low shooting on each side, low scoring on each side. Like we said, felt like a back and forth of opportunities, but none of them really making their way towards the net. But in the end, of course, it does work out for the Phantoms as we get ready now to load in for game number 4. OKC do fight back, but can they get it all the way back? As people have joined wrong. And now we're good. Okay. If kickoff was a bit mangled, which I'm not sure if it was, then no one said anything and we played, so we're good. People were not joining the right team, that we had 2v4, and then they didn't switch until, I think, the 2 on the countdown. So, I don't know, but we're good, and we're playing. As this one's up in the air. Kolbob trying to take it up, now in the Octane. Gets another touchdown, but it's Lemon up early. Good read to get that one away. Side flip won't allow him to follow it. If he would have gotten there anyway, though. Yeah, go to the right side. Andy, another drop down right onto Kolbob, but dunked by Lemon. That's over everyone. So they'll try to chase. Jay playing it slow. Nate will get to this one. Andy, though, plays it quick, takes it away. Yak trying to keep it on, but that one will bounce around him. Nate, back forward. Jay trying to pop it out. Nate, ground pin shot, the dunk as well, but it goes wide. Now over the right side. Bob trying to win it forward, now dropping down again. Lemon up in the air. Jay trying to get it across. Yak, just a catch forward. Now Nate up in the air, wins it down into the corner, playing around. That one missed. Yak will get this one over to the left side. Now this one's played out. Lemon off back wall. Nate trying to double it. It's in the air. Jay will get it away. Now Jay trying to follow it. Another one played forward, dropping down. Nate over to the left wall. It'll roll up and then bounce out. Kolbob on it again. Yak will drop it down. Now Jay around the outside. Trying to pass this one down. Kolbob's there. That's in. Lincoln get the first goal. Their first since that high-scoring game, too. Just a high pass and a strong shot makes its way in. Off the right wall, trying to drop this one in. 50 over to the left wall before it gets going right back over to the right side. Andy on the catch, flicks by one. Can't beat a second as Lemon will take it away. Lemon in the air, even on the 50, but it is won by Kolbob. Andy now in the air, only against Nate, but it's blocked away. Jay will slow it down. 50 up high in the air. No one can go, and Yak gets that one out. Nate the high flick, but Andy wins it again. Lincoln trying to swarm, trying to shut OKC out. But can they? Nate, another good save. OKC, such good defense, but they're playing too much of it. And Kolbob gets a second. A great save there by Nate, but they can't get the clear. They end up on top of each other, and Kolbob just shoots it right by him. Now 2-0. Just under half the game to go. Now into the corner. Pop up in the air. Nate off the left wall, dropping in. Now pushed away. Andy trying to get this one down. Going for the reset, but Lemon is able to drop it in. Yak trying to take it away again. 2 minutes to go. OKC. Seen them put up a couple goals in this series, but they've been low scoring, so it feels like you need to see them get this first soon, and that team bump may not help. They're forced to give Andy time. Now they kind of overlap on which boost they're going for. That leaves Lemon with nothing, and he'll take a bad 50. Now dropping down from Yak. Jay's still there. That one to the back wall might remove some of the threat, though. It's kind of out of line of the net. Yak trying to get this one out. It's played in by Kolbob. Falls to Nate. He'll catch. He'll flick over one. Andy now going the wrong way, but he takes it away from OKC for the moment. Nate back up to the back wall. Kolbob's already there, and it's a long clear away. Now 5 feet up above the net. Jay trying to dive in. He will score. 3-0. Lincoln working on closing this one out. It bounces up off the back wall. And Jay is there to send it through. It snakes through a couple oncoming players. And OKC can do nothing about it. Now they need 3 goals, only 70 seconds to go. And once again, not even able to find a shot on that one. It feels like a lot of these you can just see. Lincoln, anytime they're near it, they get up and they get a meaningful touch, either out to the side like that or forward or anything. Even if it's an awkward ball, they're getting that touch. Meanwhile, on a lot of these high plays we're seeing as, hold on, I'll get back to that point, but Yak forcing me to lock in as that was a great pass forward by Lemon, gets the redirect, forces pretty much everyone to dive by, and then Yak, an essentially open net, just able to shoot it right down the middle, and that makes it 3-1. So OKC do cut the lead down to 2. Their time bank is still limited. Lemon, that one rolls wide. He'll try for a dunk, but won't get it. Point is, it feels like a lot of these high floating balls, both in game 2 and a couple times here in game 4. They're seeing they try to jump for it, and they're just too awkward. Either don't touch it at all or can't put it near net. And so what that does is that then buys time for Lincoln to recover and immediately remove the chance, as Andy does just ice the game again. So this should be the nail in the coffin if another one was needed, as Andy just slows it down, gets the flick, and gets the goal. And expands the lead to 3. And with 24 seconds to go, it's not looking good for the Phantoms. And now rolling down in front, Lemon, another one sent out. Jay not able to reach that one. Kolob now off the left wall. Lemon trying to drop it in again. Jay with control. The catch, not a lot on the flick. Nate will save, but of course, all of this time takes away the chance for OKC as the clock drips to nothing. And Lincoln take it in 4 games. You thought they might get the sweep. They don't end up getting that. However, they do the next step, just one step down. The next best thing is the saying I was looking for. And they close it out 3-1. So, well fought to OKC. Pretty much all of this game showed them have some sort of a threat, some sort of a level. As I am told they are good to do an interview, and so we will be back in just one moment. And we are back with Lincoln. You don't get the sweep, but you close it out pretty convincingly anyway. How does it feel to get another win?
You know, wins always feel good. Always feel good. Had to be the gentleman's sweep, though. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. What do you think was different in that third game that you end up losing?
Personally, I think we just weren't converting on our offensive plays, and then we're struggling to get rid of pressure on defense.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, of course, looking towards next week, you guys are going to take on Miami. How do you feel about that matchup?
Wait, who do we play?
Miami.
I don't know. I think we're chilling. That'll be good. Be a good game.
Obviously, I can guess the answer, but this win does mean you guys will hold a top 8 spot after this week. Do you think you guys are making the playoffs?
I sure hope so. I think we should. On paper, we should.
Yes, we are.
Sure.
I mean, you gotta have the confidence. But I think that's about all I have. So congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Thank you, Doggo. Thank you for casting.
All right. Well, another one that looks like a sweep, but it's a good fight by OKC, who do get a game back, but that's not enough to turn the series. Lincoln closed it out in 4 games, and that will do it for the first game of the night. But, of course, we're going to have more than that, as we have 2 more scheduled later on at 9 and 10. So that'll be a while, but we'll see you back then. Your final score here one last time. Lincoln 3, OKC 1. We'll see you back tonight to close out Week 7.